Shit, we are the Master Traitors.
Master Traitors.
We are the Master Traitors.
We are the Master Traitors. We are the Master Traitors.
We are the Master Traitors.
The Master Traitors. We are the Master Traitors. Ooh.
All right.
Whoa.
And we're back.
Yeah.
Once again, I am your Snake Daddy, your Cheeseburger Princess, your Shitposter Supreme Matt Keck, and alongside me is the light of my life,
Paul, blood on my hands, shield.
He's got blood on his hands.
I got blood on my hands.
There's blood on the dance floor. And we're back with another episode of the Traitors US Season 2. This is for Episode 7. And let me tell you, this season has been a wonderful train wreck of people playing this game horribly. Now, I'm going to give you a real quick rundown of who we are and why we know what we're talking about. We're nerds. We're nerds and comedians who spent many weekends playing a game called Ultimate Werewolf. If you look up Ultimate Werewolf, the rules are going to seem real similar. That's because that's what the Traitors are basically playing, is a game exactly like Werewolf. We have played this game hundreds and thousands of times at our homes, in conventions, basically in every way you can play it, and that's one of the reasons I like this episode. There was a nice,
they have stuff that we've done before.
Exciting little twists.
Yeah, they have twists in there that aren't even twists that they're not even in the rules,
right?
That we just invented.
We had just done them before. When I saw that, I was like, and they did it a little different than we did, but like it was still really good. I was like, wait, are they doing this? But we'll get there. We left off, and they were gonna try and get Peter.
Peter. We knew.
They wanted to get Peter, and of course he refused, right?
We said
He's the white meat baby face. He's Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Man.
Of course he said no. He's John Cena.
He's too
Parvati goofed. Parvati freaking goofed. And Phaedra knows she goofed.
Yeah.
And so now they got to get in there, and they got to sit there, and they got to go to breakfast, and they got to pretend to be surprised when nobody shows up dead.
And Peter just smiles. He can't keep from smiling everywhere he goes.
He's so smug.
So smug.
He's so smug.
And he does not know.
It's insane.
Hubris killed the gods, Peter.
That's true, Peter. And you may look a little godlike, my bachelor friend, but watch that hubris. And you know they're on your ass, and you're still being crazy. But regardless of breakfast, we come in. You got Phaedra and Bergie come in first, and Bergie is on Parvati's ass. He's all about Peter's theory. He's all in on that.
And I know back on them picking Peter.
Oh yeah,
we record this right after the show.
Yeah.
So since we recorded that, I had a little time to think about it.
Yeah.
And recording and recruiting Peter could have been a okay move for Parvati.
Yeah.
If he was going to accept it, but as you know, we knew he wasn't going to accept it.
Right.
In that she could have brought him in and then tried to put him out as a as a traitor and got him out immediately, and that would have took the heat off of her.
Right. That could have been a great move.
Yeah, but
he just wasn't foolish enough to take the bait, really.
Yeah, and which we knew. So it ends
up being a bad move because, of course, he just wasn't going to do it. But yeah, it could have been good if he was a little more susceptible. So no one dies. Everyone comes in. Peter plays it close to the vest. He kind of leans over to our old boy John from Narnia, old Burkow, and is like, "Hey, I got a secret. I'm going to tell you later.
Talk to you later." Yeah,
and Parvati decides she's a rat against the wall. Right? She's going to do whatever she's got to do. So she's immediately just like, "Oh, hey, Peter. Were you invited to be a traitor? Are you a traitor?" And Peter did kind of make a mistake here by being like, "Well, maybe you're not a traitor," or whatever he said, because I'm alive.
She gave her an out.
Yeah, he shouldn't have done that, because that automatically ended up not playing very well in the next few scenes. I did like Parvati going, my predatory headband is activated.
I know. She got the predatory headband, which is like...
It's just like a freaking leopard skin headband that she bought from the local craft fair. Like, go get him, Predator. I freaking love it. Alan walks in, of course. It's time for a fit check. Alan The drip is immaculate, per usual. He's got this green little felt-looking Devo hat on his head. That's, I don't know. It's kind of cute. Looks like a little button.
It's like he's in the freaking Russian army or something.
Yeah, it was like almost elf-like, but not pointy. Like if you've had a rounded elf. He had a nice little pink shirt with like this ribbon bow tie that had like a little pearly brooch in the middle. The suit was nice and tailored. Later on, he had these like little fishnet sleeves that were draped over the shoulders.
Fishnets on the sides.
I mean, I find it wildly interesting, but if I'm going to my standard 5 ratings, my unfortunately overly hetero rating system, for me, this was a 3 out of 5. So
I will say though, the fishnets
Yeah.
had to do with the challenge.
That's true. That's a good
the
point.
nets and the challenge. So I think he's
3.5 out of 5.
Yeah,
He gets an extra 0.5 for that. You're right. He deserves it. Nothing but net.
Nothing but net. Swish.
So we get to them talking for a little bit because they find out that someone was offered to be a traitor. They don't know if they accept it or not. So Pete gets the team together, and he tells them that he got the letter. He's got.
You say they found that out, but I think they came up with that decision on their own.
Oh, I guess they did just kind of start talking about it.
Because Alan didn't come out and tell them that.
So,
they just assumed.
Because you're right, they did just kind of start talking about that.
Right. It could have been something else they just weren't thinking about, which is also an option Parvati could have taken to exploit.
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, play up any type of thing.
Right.
If you are the person that has the knowledge, play up any type of thing that could be hidden in your knowledge, right? Play up any sort of fake path you can lead people on. I think that's smart. So the Peter Pals get together.
The Peter Pals. Phaedra calls them the Peter Pals.
She's incredible. Phaedra just continues to slay. The Peter Pals, they all get together, and Pete tells them all he got the letter from the traitors. He told them that the traitors tried to recruit him and that he was the one who got the letter and he's not going to do it. He told them no. And it seems like the Peter Pals mostly trust him pretty immediately. John seems a little hesitant, but like only in the way that like, a Republican candidate just goes, and then you slide him $20 more and he's fine with it. He wasn't overly hesitant.
I can't read John's face. He's got the same deal.
Little hobbit face.
Yeah, he's just there at all times. The same face. It doesn't really move to a different expression that much, really. It's that same face, and I'm like, okay, I think he's
dopey
going along with
little.
this.
Yeah, I like John so much.
Oh yeah, just like Kate's got that goofy look all the time.
Oh man, she was cracking my shit up again this episode.
Oh man.
So Trishelle, Peter Pals are meeting and they kick Phaedra from the room.
Oh yeah.
Which, let me tell you, for me, bad move. Okay, once you start being like overly exclusionary, like that's when people start turning on you,
They've
and
been
you
doing
see
it the
this
whole
immediately.
time.
I know, and it's piling up.
Yeah, because you start you're excluding people.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen?
Yeah.
The people that get excluded are going to team up against you.
And that's exactly what happens. Sandra goes to the fucking pool table and starts drawing the sharks and the jets out on the fucking billiards table.
She's
like, we're the Bloods. Here's the Crips. We're going to war.
She goes, I was in Survivor. This is gonna help me here. See these balls? We got 5 of them here, and they got 4 balls, which means we need to take one out of there, then they'll have 3 balls. No shit, Sandra.
I don't know.
I don't think you need to be Survivor for that.
I don't know what kind of crossover this show gets with wrestling, but this was the Scott Steiner math promo of reality TV. She's just sitting here moving these balls around, doing all her math. And I just love how overly confident they get in these theories that are just wrong. It's lovely. I love it so much. And you know what? At this point, I started to think, hey, maybe Parvati might pull this off. Like people are starting to turn on Peter. He kicks MJ out of the room. He kicks Phaedra out of the room.
Let's talk about MJ when she went in there.
It was so awkward.
Oh my goodness, MJ went in there.
Hey,
and
can I just be your friend, please?
she was wearing those Jinko shorts or Jinko jeans.
Man, I want
with all
those
the
jeans.
pockets.
Yes. Oh, you know there's a Slipknot album in the side of one of those.
I was like, what is she wearing?
She's got Slipknot's Iowa right here on her thigh. Absolutely incredible. I feel like she definitely just got done playing a little Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
I was like, what is
Here
what
I
the
am,
hell
doing
are you wearing there?
everything I can, holding on to what I am.
And she went in there, and she just seemed so pitiful when they were like,
it was
"You need to
wild.
get out." I was like,
It's like, hey,
I
can
felt
you,
bad for her. I was like,
Can you-
dang.
She hit the bricks. I mean, MJ did not have a very good social standing this episode.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if Peter knew anything, he would know that MJ's not.
Yeah, he should just let her in. Why didn't he not let her in? She's so harmless, and it's just another number
She's
for
a
your
clear, faithful.
Yeah, it's another billiard ball for your side.
Yeah, does he think she might say something? He says something to everyone every time.
Exactly. You're always running your mouth, Peter.
Yeah.
Dang, let MJ in.
Hubris.
Yeah, hubris. Petey hubris.
Mm-hmm.
You need another Juliet, Nomeo. Quit dividing the garden.
When she at breakfast, Parvati was there getting ready to give him the hug when he came in, and Peter was like,
Whoo! Give him that
back.
slick.
Yeah.
Give him that. I'm a little too good for that, Parvati. That was smooth. Goddamn, Pete, you're just causing problems. So we cut to a guy ringing the bell that looks like he has seen many, many horrible deaths for but a moment, and then we get to go to the woods. Did you see that shot of that guy? The guy that had like the super long beard that was ringing the bell at the castle.
No. Is it the normal guy, the redheaded guy?
Yeah, with the big red beard.
yeah.
Oh man, he just had his stare in this was just wild. You could just look into his eyes and just see centuries of trauma oozing out in the form of a specter.
Before we go there, though, MJ got kicked out of the one group.
Yes.
So she went over to the other group, and they were discussing all the balls and stuff, and we're going to kick out Peter. Now we've decided Peter's our man because we need to get someone from that team.
Yeah, gotta get the numbers.
Kick out Peter, and then still MJ. Fader's like taking her by the face and was like, "We're going Peter, right?"
Right.
He's like, I don't know. She's a little. Maybe she's a little more.
Maybe they have to gaslight her into doing stuff.
I guess.
You got. It's like getting your grandma to vote, right? Come on, Nan. It's time to punch the ticket.
Maybe she's a little naive. I guess. Maybe
I've
a little
never
bit.
taken my grandma to vote. I mean. I would, I guess, if she asked me.
Yeah.
What's up, Grandma? If you need it, I know you
Do
don't
you vote her?
I think probably, and I know we don't vote the same, but that's all right. I'll drive her up to the poll. You can cancel my vote out. It's fine, Grandma. Let's do it.
Those older people
we need to hang out
voting.
more. We need to hang out
voting
more
a little
often, me and my grandma. So
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm talking about voting right now.
Yeah, go vote with your grandma,
Yeah,
man.
I think I should.
Just
This
go
is the
ask her if
only.
she wants to go vote.
I'm
Next
gonna
vote, next
text her
election.
after this. I'm gonna text her and be like, "Hey, Grandma, you want to go vote together this year?" This is the only Traitors podcast that talks about voting with your grandma. Guaranteed. Also, I would love to thank the 6,500 people that have listened to this thing. That's actually incredible for us.
Nice.
And if you are listening, I know we're about to get to the game. Don't worry. We're not going to take too much time. But do try to listen to our other podcasts. We like having a lot of fun. Listen to us over on the Bottom Boys cast. And check out our movie review podcasts, the Christmas movie review podcast and the Groundhog's Day movie review podcast, which was super funny and fun.
Check out the Groundhog's Day.
It's so funny. I highly recommend it. Listen to them in order. You can see the episode numbers. And now let's get to the game where they go to the woods.
Yeah.
They go to the woods. This is get the gold and don't get caught. You got to answer the questions properly or else you're going to end up in a trap. So they answer the question, go one way or the other, and then there's a scroll that tells them if they were right or not. And when they pick it up, if they're wrong, trap time. Now they could get up to $25,000 here. They divide it into bags of different amounts, and they divide into pairs. And each pair gets a bag of a different amount. Now, there are 2 shields up for grabs for whichever team finishes first. Now, if the team that finishes first is a team of 1, then it will only be 1 shield. And let me tell you, this is the first time that Kevin is not a fucking idiot.
I didn't. Yeah.
What the fuck?
This whole episode.
Kevin was
I was nowhere. Not you say that.
He wasn't dumb. I'm not mad at him.
Yeah.
He wasn't nasty. He didn't eat like a child. Kevin, well done. Well done.
Nice.
And you know, they go. He partners with Sandra. They do pretty good together. So how did this go? They each got the different bags of money, and so the first
Parvati
one
got
John,
set up
right?
with John, which she was happy about.
Yeah, and I mean that was good for her, honestly. Develop a little relationship with one of the Peter pals.
I think it's a great.
One of the Peter pals.
Of the Peter pals, he's the one that would. I feel like would be easily swayed.
Yeah, her charms.
Oh, especially by her charms. Yeah.
Her type of moves for that type of guy.
She knows how to charm old men.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Parvati knew what she was doing by picking John. It was a smart move. John was into it. They did well together too.
Oh yeah.
Peter goes into this talking about how bad he wants this shield, and he's thinking about this shield so hard that he doesn't listen to a goddamn thing Alan Cummins says. And the first question is, what's the name of the forest that he just yelled out in a most ridiculous way? Darroch McDornan or whatever it was. I remember it was Darroch right now.
Yeah, there was some kind of Klingon.
Yes, and he picked the wrong one and immediately falls into a pool of shit. And God damn it, Peter, that is not how you get the shield.
Pay attention. You're too busy gloating, Peter.
Yes.
You need to pay attention.
And Bergie did the same thing because, of course, he's got to do everything exactly like Peter.
Oh, jeez, Bergie.
Bergie is discount Peter right now in this game.
Oh, yeah.
The second question is whether it's a moon or a sun in the middle of that table.
Yeah.
Honestly, sun did make sense. While I was looking at it, like design-wise, I could see why people were tricked into thinking it was sun, but of course it was moon. But we got CT gets trapped in a net. MJ and Sheree got trapped in a net.
Mm-hmm.
The net just swoops up and takes them up. Trishelle gets trapped in a net. Kate and Phaedra. They all get put in nets. Oh, that's because the next one was, what was it? It was
enemies
or that was so
who do you
dumb.
hold close?
Well, they said, what was the phrase that was written in the kitchen?
Mm-hmm.
Keep your friends close or keep your enemies close. And then one of them walked up there and said, the phrase is keep your friends close but your enemies closer. And they picked keep your enemies close.
Yeah.
You said the phrase and picked the thing that you didn't say. I don't even remember who said that, but they all, like, that is a very common phrase. Why did they all pick the wrong thing?
I think...
I'm the whole so phrase, upset.
Maybe because the whole phrase isn't written out. Or is it?
I mean, no, it's just, I guess it's just the front. I'm assuming in the other room it has the other part of the phrase.
Oh, yeah.
That's my guess. Is that in one room it says
but
one?
But if it just says one, I could understand maybe. But also, don't go with the obvious. Even if you're going to pick one, don't go with the obvious, which is...
enemies, because you're in a traitor game. Yeah.
That's the obvious. Go the opposite. You should have learned that from... the freaking moon and the sun one.
Agreed. Absolutely agree. Now, I do like Kate here when she gets netted. She's like, oh, good. Finally, I got this hammock. I'm just going to fucking hang out. I'm a chill.
Freaking below deck Kate.
Kate.
Just swinging. She likes hammocks.
You're incredible. The only 2 teams that make it, Kevin and Sandra, and Parvati and John, and Kevin was kind of an asshole there at the end while Sandra was having like trouble breathing and getting up there. He's like, come on, like whipping her, like, come on, get up the hill, we gotta get these shields. But they did. They got up there and they were fastest and they got the shields.
Yeah. And John was. I was thinking Parvati's deal was working.
Yeah, it seemed
John,
like
at the end, John he was like knighting freaking Parvati. Mm-hmm. He said some big had some speech about her.
Oh yeah, I think it was working on him pretty well. I think they got $8,000 out of the 25. Not great. Considering Peter decided he was the big shot that could take $10K and dove right in the shit immediately. Yeah, so we get back to the house. CT puts on some armor, walks around the house in the suit of armor for a while. A lot of people,
I want a secret room.
I would love one. I've talked about
room.
this with Amber a lot. How would you want your entrance to your secret room to be? Do you want like a classic bookcase, like you pull a certain book?
Always a bookcase, right?
So
doesn't have to be a bookcase.
Not always. See, there was one
Webster. It was a clock.
Yeah, clock's good.
In the Webster show, he had a clock. He'd open, and he would go down the stairs to his room.
Ooh, yeah. Is that Emmanuel Lewis?
Emmanuel Lewis. Yeah.
In the new Spider-Man game on PS5, the one he goes to get to Lizard's secret lair, there's like a photo. And it's got like where the stand is actually a lever. And so he pushes the photo forward and it pushes a lever and it like opens the thing to the underground lair. That'd be cool too.
Or like one of those old-timey beds that fall down from the wall.
Ooh, yeah.
And
yeah,
then also,
I love those.
But it also opens up to a room and a bed.
Ooh,
a room and a bed.
Did you ever see the old Reddit post where the person in their apartment, they took the medicine cabinet out of the wall and they looked through and there was just another empty apartment that they didn't know existed?
And they crawled
through
there?
and looked around. That's
That
crazy.
Yeah.
I just don't think I would have told my landlord, and I would have just like
maybe
done stuff in the secret
maybe the
hole.
secret room could be a medicine cabinet.
Yeah, let's hide all our drugs here at least, right? So CT puts on some armor. They're playing around. They all want to banish Pete right now, and CT tells him, and he's like, "Oh, dang, this is the first time I'm hearing about that." And then he does what I think is kind of a stupid move and pulls Parvati and Phaedra into a room with him. I don't know what his play was supposed to be, but Phaedra's not even playing. She's
because
just out.
CT tells Peter, and then he pulls Phaedra, and I'm assuming the deal is because those are the two he thinks are the traitors.
Yeah, right.
Because that's what he's always done. There is no ifs and ands with him. He knows.
He doesn't know how to play.
What he knows is right.
Mm-hmm.
So he just picks them out and singles them out every time.
Yeah.
And
there's no gray with Pete.
I don't know why Phaedra's not thinking that Peter doesn't think she's one.
Right. I don't know. I don't feel like she's realized it yet, though.
Yeah, because he only picks the people he's suspicious of.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 100%.
Yeah.
And she was one of them that he pulled out into there.
I know. And she needs to watch out. Pete's dangerous right now.
Yeah.
And I agree. I don't think she realizes it, and that should have made it obvious for her.
Yeah.
But really neither of them were playing ball with Pete. I don't know what he was trying to do. He's like, maybe we'll work together. And she's like, you think I'm a traitor? Why would we work together?
Oh, yeah.
And he already turned down her offer.
Oh, yeah, because he said, maybe we'll work together and pick somebody. But then they didn't say who they decided they would want to pick. Or were they, right? Because they just, they left that. So they may have said something.
I guess they could have that we just, didn't get. But we do find out a twist. Alan comes to the stairs. Mm-hmm. He comes to the stairs, and Kiss Me starts playing on the radio, and he graciously walks down in his cute little tan coat with his monogram and tells them it's time to go back to the woods.
It's never good when it goes to the woods.
No, the woods is not great, especially at night. Yeah. Especially at night in dark McDonald. So we get out here. We're around a fire. Each person has a torch in front of them, and we find out there will be no banishment today. No one will be banished, but they do get to start picking people to protect. Now, the original people who are protected are Kevin and Sandra, who got shields. They are protected.
And they only get to choose one person.
And the two of them get to choose one person who they will then protect. And MJ thinks at this point her good friend Sandra is going to pick her. Trishelle immediately starts begging for her life. And let me talk about this. Trishelle, what are you doing, girl? You're not the one with a target on you, and you should know that. But for some reason, I feel like she's thought of herself as more important in other people's eyes throughout the whole game. That's probably a little cruel. But to some extent, I think that's true. I think she's more worried about herself without even realizing that all of the targets are on other people.
She did pick out... earlier.
Mm-hmm.
When Peter was gunning for kicking out Parvati,
yeah,
she was like, "No, don't kick out Parvati.
Kick out Phaedra instead.
Kick out Phaedra,
right?
Because I'm almost certain she is a traitor, and Parvati it will be on her own. Phaedra's got people behind her.
Yeah, which is great. Trichelle's smart.
Yeah, that was a smart move."
But this begging for your life thing while the traitors are watching,
yeah.
all that's doing is bringing more attention to yourself in a world where the tension's not on you right now, girl.
Right, and there's enough people where...
Everyone's worried, I get it, but man, you gotta reel it in a little bit because it got desperate, especially when we get there and, well, they gave it to Sheree first. And then Sheree gave it to her good friend Phaedra next.
Which we knew that was going to happen.
Of course. It's the housewives together.
Yeah, MJ thought it was going to be her. I was like, no. Why would she give it to you?
Sorry,
she's not
MJ.
going to do that.
No. And then Phaedra gave it to CT. Good move on her part.
Yeah.
I don't know why Parvati thought she would ever expose herself.
I said to Laura, I was like, why would she
make
think
any sense
that she was going to save her?
No,
Parvati isn't as good a player as I thought she was in the beginning.
Sometimes she doesn't think things through all the way. CT then makes an interesting choice by going for John.
Right.
And I don't disagree with Trishelle actually here. I thought CT would pick her too.
Yeah,
but
I did too.
Now, I think at the end of the day, I understand she gets upset. I understand when you're playing with people you know and you're spending a lot of time, and of course there's alcohol involved on this show too, that it gets really dramatic. I get that, but you got to understand and remember, you are gamers from a game coming here to play another game.
Right.
At the end of the day, all of this is a game. So when he chooses that other person, it doesn't have anything to do with you being friends or not. I get that you're worried. Now, if you want to get mad at him that he's playing the game wrong, well, by all means, yell at him that you're a better player and things like that. That I agree with. But you can't get hurt. You can't get hurt.
No.
Because in a game like this, I'm going to kill my best friends in the most brutal, vicious ways I can.
Also,
because it's funny.
Also, that's giving her information so she could help herself out.
Oh, yeah.
Because that means, because he picked John instead of her, that means he thinks there's a possibility that she's a traitor.
Well, that's true. That's true. That's
so
a
now
good point.
she has that information. She now can patch that bridge.
Totally.
If she needs to.
Yeah. Use the information. Don't be offended by the information. And then John, our boy from Narnia, he's convinced to go ahead and save Peter, which I think is a good move. I
thought he was going to do Parvati because they got all...
I thought he was for a second, too.
Parvati.
So that leaves at the end of our dodgeball game where we're picking sides. The fat kids in gym class, like myself, who were picked last. Who do we got? Bergie?
We got Bergie,
Trishelle,
MJ,
Kate,
Below Deck Kate, and Parvati.
Now, that means...
Did we say that there's not going to be a round table?
Right. There's no round table, no banishment. And so these are the only people who are available to be killed at night. Yep. Everyone else in this row got saved. Yeah. So one of those 5 are the ones who will die. Now, obviously, it's not Parvati because she's still a traitor.
Right.
So either MJ, Kate, Trishelle, or Bergie are the ones that are up for elimination and can be killed.
Yep.
Now, before they go to the turret, what I'm talking about with Trishelle and really with everyone, oh my God, did the fucking wambulance pull up in this episode? People were so hurt. Everyone's feelings were so hurt. It's like, did they give everyone angel dust before? Like, is everyone on Molly? Like, what is going on? Why are they so emotional?
They had to have gotten a lot closer than they show.
I mean,
I guess.
And I guess we're getting an hour, and each of these is a full day. So there's 23 other hours in a day. I mean, I guess take 8 of those out because you're going to be asleep. So there's 15 more hours in that day. That's a lot of time to spend with people in tight quarters. I get it. But
I mean, because she obviously thought she was real friendly with MJ. Really thought she was real friendly with.
Right. Yeah. It's like, I'm so close. Why are these people not picking me?
Yeah.
And I mean, I think the Jinkos is a guess.
Yeah,
I think
because she put them back on.
You look like an extra in a Godsmack
She
video.
went through the deal and came back with the freaking. There were so many pockets in those Jinkos.
Stand alone inside. So we get.
She had to wear heels just so she wouldn't trip over the damn things.
She had the mammoths. Those are the mammoth legs. She got a chain with a wallet on the end of it.
Getting to hot topic.
So we get to the turret. Parvati and Phaedra.
Oh, they show.
What do they show?
The ones that are up for elimination. They
Yeah.
show him going to bed. You see Bergie with his little teddy bear.
Oh yeah.
Bergie gonna sleep with a little teddy bear.
Absolutely perfect. Thank you, Burgalicious. I'm on a Burger Bear. Let's get a Bergie Build-A-Bear going. God, Bergie, you're just such a fucking dork. I love it so much. And so Phaedra and Parvati get in here, and Phaedra just straight up tells Parvati, "You gotta stop being an ice queen.
Yeah.
You gotta stop being so icy. You're always looking around like."
Oh yeah.
And it was hilarious because while I'm watching this, Amber, my wife, she's talking to me and she goes, "Parvati always looks guilty. They constantly cut to her and she's doing faces that I'm like,
Oh yeah.
she's guilty."
Yeah.
And so Phaedra calling her out, she's like, "You gotta stop doing these faces. You gotta stop being so icy." And honestly, Parvati was way more receptive than I would have been to this type. I'm so much more sensitive. I'm telling everyone else not to be sensitive, but when I get that kind of feedback, I'm like, yeah, well, you suck too. You're also dumb. But yeah, be more lovable. She's told her to be more lovable. That's what my dad's been telling me for 37 years. Parvati, it's okay, girl. I get it. Oh man, what do you think? Who's safe this week?
Okay, so they went through the list of
Yeah.
who they're gonna
Who they might kill?
who they're gonna kill.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got those 5, right?
Yep.
Who they should kill?
Yeah.
Because it
Could be MJ, Kate, Bergie, or
Right.
Trishelle.
and they have divided, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you got there's 2 out of that group that are
in the Peter Pals.
right, which is Trishelle and Bergie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
and the other ones out of the group, which are the ones that would vote for
Peter Pal.
Peter and have the chance of that, and they know that they're in
Yeah.
the group. That being the case, I think I would kick out MJ.
Interesting. I think she was my second choice. Right now, I would kill Bergie, and that's only because Bergie is such a Robin to Peter's Batman. Like they are so Ace and Gary that I feel like I'd rather fight just Ace. But I get it.
The reason I say
MJ's a
MJ
good choice, though,
is because it's the easiest for them to pass off as
As
it's
Peter
somebody
doing it.
on Peter's team.
That's actually a good point.
To eliminate somebody on the opposite team. They need to get rid of that
Opinion
person.
changed. I'm with you. MJ's the choice.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah. That's the easiest to argue.
Yeah. No, that's the move. For sure. If we were in the turret right now, I'm convinced.
Yeah.
For sure. MJ, you gotta go. I'm sorry, girl.
Man.
We can get together later, go watch Breaking Benjamin in concert, whatever it is you're into, but you gotta go.
I actually watched the post-mortem afterwards, which wasn't very long.
Well, what did they say?
After the show? Nothing really important. Just Below Deck Kate had funny things to say when they brought her in, because she was like, I come in here and everybody's already set up and I don't know what's going on. Everybody's just a weird set of people from everywhere. They got John, who's like from Parliament. Then they got CT, who is in the real world, and they neither one of them can understand each other's language. Barely understand each other's language.
Hey, John, it's me, CT. Well, I'll be a CT. Cheerio, mate. Here we go. My name's Bilbo Baggins. Sorry.
Nobody was eliminated.
No one got eliminated, so we were
Nobody was
both safe.
eliminated.
You could have picked anyone this time, which is frustrating.
Yeah.
I would have just blown a pick like Parvati or something that I know will get eliminated soon. Or Peter or someone.
Yeah, she's the one that's scared to pick there. I guess in my rankings, let's do rankings first before we do that.
I gotta. Let me get a top 3 going. Let me get a top 3 going.
So my top 3 from last time, my number 3 was CT.
Mm-hmm.
And and my number 2 was Tricelle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I had the same
I am
too.
I'm still on the deal that I don't think the
Traitors are winning.
Traitors are winning.
I agree.
I don't think they're winning.
Mm-hmm.
I think the producers got a little scared when they were down. They put in the deal because you're down to 2 traitors, and so they put you can recruit somebody. Then like, God damn it, why they pick Peter?
Yeah, dummies.
He's not going to take it. So then they had to do something, and they came up with the deal of
No
we
one
won't do a
died.
round table.
Yeah.
And so make sure so we can pull this out another
we need
episode.
more episodes. Yeah.
Right.
You can't end it
Yeah.
too early.
Because
in a game of Werewolf, that shit can end round 1 sometimes.
Oh yeah,
It can end really early. So
that's how they figured out how to.
yeah, you got to game the system so that you get at least a few episodes.
Yeah, which again, when we talked earlier, that was the mechanic that we
Oh yeah.
invented.
The go around the room. That was actually a you thing where you would have.
I wanted to put in a twist, and I had everybody vote for. But then I didn't go down to 5 people left, and they were eligible for murder. I went down to
the last person. Every single person who, once you got picked, you picked someone else, and then the final person left.
Yeah.
They were out, and it was straight up dodgeball.
Yeah.
Everybody's
like, oh, who we go next?
Sorry, Eli. So sorry. If you're listening, I know you always
Eli
you were
always
just
gets
you just were a
eliminated.
werewolf. It's not your fault. So who was your 3?
Okay, so I had CT there last time, and I had Tricelle at number 2.
Yes.
I'm going to switch those.
Okay.
And I know that Tricelle is on the chopping block.
Uh-huh.
I know, and the reason I put her down to 3 though is because she's doing the little whining thingy.
Yeah.
You know,
I didn't like that one. But she could survive that.
And she talked to CT. They CT talked to her, and it sounds like they're having some freaking.
Well, and it seems like maybe
friend
she's
spat.
an emotional person
she's
a bit,
taking it
so
personally.
like people would
She
understand.
was obviously
that.
taking it personally or whatever. So I think they are in good terms now again.
I think so too.
So I think they're going to help each other out.
I think so too, and I think they'll be more tight because of the confrontation.
And because she was kind of aggravated about him, I think it might make CT a little more
willing to
non-suspicious of her.
Yeah.
As being a traitor, because that would be
That's
the only reason
you
you
wouldn't
pick her.
do. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So I'm moving. I'm just switching those. So and that's going to be my only change to my 3.
Okay.
I'm going to leave Sandra at number 1.
Okay.
Like I had.
Mm-hmm. And then CT, and then Tricelle.
Yeah.
All right. Get ready for big changes.
Oh,
my
whoa.
dumbass.
What happened in here that could have freaking changed that?
Said Peter was number 3.
Oh.
My dumbass said Peter was number 3. And I said Tricelle was number 2. And you've heard my review of how Tricelle played, the end part. I think that maybe she put more of a target on herself than she should have. So I'm going to actually kind of drop her out of my 3 right now. My number 3 right now is Phaedra. Because I think she could.
Phaedra back up there?
I think if a traitor wins, it will be her.
Okay.
And I think I don't know for sure, but I think there's a chance. There's a path for her still. There's a path for her to get out of this. I'm hoping that maybe she convinced, for Phaedra's sake, I think she should have killed Trishelle. But I don't know that she knows. But still, I think there's a path for Phaedra. She's my 3. Now my 2.
She's trying to act. Phaedra is trying to act like she's outsmarting them and everything like that. I'm just doing what you say. I'm just doing what you say. But it.
Yeah.
But
she's
I don't
get
know.
The
It's she's pulling that hindsight 2020 thing.
Well, I think Trishelle's right because she's trying to get Phaedra out now because Parvati's taken up the attention. And Phaedra could play it right and get to the end if she does things right. But I don't
know if.
And they didn't get to kill Parvati.
But I don't know that Phaedra's on to that. They think she is.
Well, historically, my 3 pick has been garbage. So you're probably right. But I'm going with it.
Well, I think Trishelle is trying to keep it. No, I do. I don't believe it. I mean,
literally, I'm looking at these and I'm like, well,
but
damn.
I do think you're right. I think as far as the traitors staying in, they're going with.
If the traitors win, it's Phaedra, right?
They can't keep just having no votes every freaking episode.
Yeah, eventually, someone's got to die, but
So they've got to figure out some way.
No.
And they're going to keep one in. Somebody will get. But you know what was interesting?
What's that?
Because Phaedra or Parvati did say when they were looking at which of these ones to keep on and to vote out, that below deck Kate, that she would be, if they had a chance to recruit someone later on, below deck Kate would be a perfect one. Which I think that might be, it might be foreshadowing a little something.
That's a good foreshadow. Oh, dang.
It might be foreshadowing a little something. Well, I should put below deck Kate up in my freaking.
You should have.
I should have switched that.
I'm considering stealing it, but I'm
switching. I'm putting below deck Kate as number 3.
You got her.
CT number 2. Sandra number 1.
Love it. Because you're gonna hate my number 2 now.
Okay.
Kevin.
What?
He keeps winning these competitions, man. No one wants to kill him. I want to kill him, but no one else does. No one wants to kill him. I don't know why. He's just right in the middle.
Kevin wins this.
I know it's gonna be so funny. It's gonna be so funny.
Kevin.
I know. I'm sorry. I don't like Kevin, but he's just my number 2.
Jesus. Shit. What is it? 5 more episodes of freaking Kevin eating shit?
I hope.
God damn it!
I hope we get him with like a big bowl of noodles before it's all said and done. Like just a big. I doubt the man eats carbs, but if he does,
here's the thing. At the end, they have to figure out, right, if they have eliminated all of the traitors or not.
Right.
He's not going to figure that out.
Oh, that's a good point.
He's not going to figure that out.
That's a good point.
But it makes I like you. Kevin,
hey, Kevin, come on, Kev.
Who's your
Let's
number
go,
one?
boy.
Who's your number 1?
Sticking with Burkout, baby.
Sticking
with Burkout, baby.
Okay.
I've watched Lord of the Rings thousands of times, and you know what happens at the end every single time?
Yeah.
The little guys who talk like that, they always win. They always win. Every single one of them. Every single one of the little guys made it to the end. Not a one of them died. I saw humans die. I saw dwarves die. I saw elves die. I even saw a wizard die and come back to life. All the little guys make it to the end.
That's a good point.
All of them.
That's a good point.
I'm just saying. Bilbo Burkow's out here winning the game.
Oh, Lord.
Who do you think's going to make it through till next week since...
Yeah.
I said Trishelle, and...
You said Trishelle.
Thankfully, no one died this episode.
And I said John.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to go... Okay, I'm going to take a leap and hope that they don't vote him out and take... Because she says that their pick of who they're killing might make her look suspicious?
Yeah.
Why would she say that? I don't understand why she would say that. It would be Bergie would be the one.
Yeah, I guess it
the
had
only
to be
one to
Bergie.
look suspicious.
I guess it would have to be Bergie. Yeah, because why would MJ look suspicious? Why would...
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know what?
Bergie?
I'm going to pick Bergie. I'm going to go on a limb and hope that they freak... Now, why should I think that they're going to make the right decision? They haven't yet.
They might.
Gosh, dang it. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Bergie.
Okay, I'm going with my guy right here, Kevin. I put him at number 2. I think he's for sure living through another episode.
Okay.
Come on, dog. Eat a bowl of noodles. That's all I want.
If you have him as your number 2, you should be picking him now.
Yeah, I think my lists traditionally have been very bad. So I'm assuming he won't stay there. Guys, thank you so much for following along with us this season. This has been so fun. I hope you are enjoying the Traitors US Season 2 as much as we are. We'll be back for more episodes, so please follow along with us. Let us know who you think's going to win, who you think's going to make it next week. Who do you think's playing right? What are we saying that you think is stupid as hell? You can get up in those comments and let us know that we're way too hetero. Let us know that we're way too homo. Let us know that we're way too whatever you want to let us know.
If you just want to interact with the show and have us give you a shout out, we'll do it.
Yeah,
probably.
For sure. We will for sure do it. If you write your name in a comment, I will read your name on this show because we don't have that many viewers. Why would I not? I don't care. Let's go. MTV shout outs. Let's go. Yeah, I got my boy. Shout out to my boy Brandon. He's definitely not listening to this.
Also, tune into our new podcast. Matt's grandma votes.
Yeah, we'll follow the adventures of me and my grandma voting on all of the local legislation. Please do listen, though, to our other podcast, the Bottom Boys Cast. Check out our Christmas movie reviews if you're feeling festive and missing the spirit. But also check out the Groundhog movie review. 5 episodes.
Yeah, do yourself a favor. It will be a treat.
Yeah, it's like a whole piece. It's more than just a review. It's very funny. Also, our next show is at the Rhino on March 8th. You can go to therhinokc.com to get tickets right now. I suggest you go there. We're gonna have Evan Christian Golt. We're gonna have Casey Famous. It's gonna be a good time. If you're in Kansas City, check it out. I know some of you are because I can look at the analytics, and I know some of you are in New York. Shout out to New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Atlanta. Those are the cities I saw.
Really? Nice.
And someone in Canada. What up, Canuck? Let's go. This isn't even your country's season, and you're all in. I'm in.
I guess you did list, though,
some big hubs
places.
Yeah, they could just be VPNs. I don't know. This is brought to you by NordVPN. No, I wish it was. No, but thank you for joining us.
There was a guy from Wyoming. Then I would be surprised.
I'm going to double check. I'm going to look up Wyoming and just see. I am your snake daddy, your cheeseburger princess, your shitposter supreme, Matt Keck. Alongside me is the light of my life,
Paul Bergielicious Shields.
Ooh, Bergielicious Shields is here. We are the Arson Club. Thanks for joining us on the Master Traitors podcast. We'll see you next week. Later, Gators.
Later. Maybe Polylicious Shields.
Ooh, the Polylicious Shields.